What is up? This is Draft Dashboard, and we are dialed in for NFL DFS. These picks work on DraftKings and FanDuel, and we are going position by position with the why behind every play. Let's open at quarterback. We are rolling with Josh Allen at 7,000. He carries a dash rank of 100 and draws Tampa Bay, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 20. The projection sits at 22, which we consider reliable because he has started well over 3 games, and the recent form is steady with 24, 29, and 23 fantasy points in his last 3. The Bills are coming off a 30-13 loss to Miami in Week 10, per multiple reports. So we like the bounce-back angle, and according to reports, the team added Mecole Hardman to the practice squad, which can only help their horizontal speed and yards after catch profile. There was noise about officiating and embellishment after the Emmanuel Ogbah sack, as covered by Essentially Sports, but from a DFS lens, we care that Allen's ceiling remains elite and the matchup grade is favorable. For a salary saver at quarterback, we can punt with Dylan Gabriel at 4,200 against Baltimore, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 26. He is only projected for 3, but that projection is also at least anchored because he has more than 3 starts, and he has flashed with 20, 14, and 6 fantasy points in his last 3. This is a pure, large field leverage play. The Browns are 1-4 with him starting, and there are calls for Shedeur Sanders, per multiple reports. So we accept volatility here, but the price and matchup keep him viable in tournament builds that spend up elsewhere. Running back next. We like Josh Jacobs at 7,800 versus the Giants, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 29. Dash rank is 100, projected for 15, and he is averaging 20 fantasy points per game, with recent scores of 10, 20, and 14. The role should remain strong, and Green Bay has telegraphed that Jacobs is expected to play a critical role this season, as noted in recent reports. In this pricing tier, we are buying workload stability against a defense grade that tilts in his favor. For value at running back, Kenneth Gainwell at 4,100 faces Cincinnati, who have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent, rank 32. Projection is 3, with recent games of 2, 7, and 5, so we are embracing thin salary relief. The path is short fields and red zone usage, and Sports News Ireland recently highlighted a 2-touchdown showcase for him in Ireland, reinforcing a nose for the goal line when the script cooperates. He is a deep tournament punt who opens cap space. Wide receiver, we start with Jamar Chase at 8,500 against Pittsburgh, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 27. Dash rank is 100, projected 20, averaging 22 per game, and he's coming off 20, 21, and 41. The ceiling case is obvious, and he continues to stack milestones, including matching a Jimmy Smith accomplishment per recent coverage. We like him as a primary spend because the defensive grade is favorable and his week-winning outcomes are live. For salary relief at receiver, Christian Watson at 4,400 gets the Giants, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent, rank 29. He projects for 4 with recent lines of 3, 8, and 13. So this is more of a price-driven attachment to a favorable opponent grade and a potential correlation with Josh Jacobs on the same team if you are betting on sustained scoring drives. He is a large field value who can beat this salary on a few splash plays. Tight end, we are going with Trey McBride at 6,300 versus San Francisco, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 21. Dash rank 96, projected 14, averaging 18, and he is scorching with 31, 12, and 29 in his last 3. A recent recap noted he found the end zone in a comeback push against the Colts, reinforcing the red zone role. He has also been vocal about wanting to play through the bye, per Essentially Sports, which we read as a positive competitive indicator. We like the floor and the upside in this pricing range. For value at tight end, Pat Fryermuth at 3,200 faces Cincinnati, who have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent, rank 32. Projection is 7, with recent games of 6, 12, and 4. There has been plenty of talk that inconsistent quarterback play has capped him, as covered by Essentially Sports. But this matchup grade is soft, and the price is right for a 5 to 7 target path that can convert near the stripe. Flex, we love James Cook at 7,300 against Tampa Bay, who have one of the worst defenses overall by opponent rank 20. Dash rank is 100, projection 14, average 20, with recent 12, 17, and 37. He has been spotlighted as one of the best running backs this season in recent write-ups, and was featured among top performers in Week 8, per Essentially Sports. We like the correlation with Josh Allen for game stacks and the standalone usage profile in both run and pass phases. Deep flex value, Jonnu Smith at 2,900 versus Cincinnati, who have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent, rank 32. Projection is 8 with recent 1, 6, and 4. He is starting a new chapter after being traded, per reports, and Camp Buzz even included some competitive fire in a practice dust-up, which at least suggests he is fighting for a role. At this tag, a red zone catch can flip a lineup. Defense, the Texans at 3,700 get Tennessee, who have the absolute worst defense overall by opponent, rank 32. Dash rank 100, projection 7, and they have posted 14, 8, and 5 in their last 3. We are leaning into recent form and trusting the model. This unit is creating fantasy scoring plays, and we like that trend at home in a winnable spot. For a savings defense, the Browns at 2,400 face Baltimore, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall by opponent, rank 13. Projection is 6 with recent 5, 9, and a 25-point spike. The price is the appeal, and the volatility is exactly what we want when we punt DST. If they can land a couple of sacks and a turnover, the salary works hard for you. That wraps it. We are anchoring around Josh Allen and James Cook with Jamar Chase as the premium bring back, mixing in Trey McBride for profit at tight end, and using Texans or Browns defense depending on your salary path. If you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and tell us your favorite contrarian play on this slate. Good luck.